Find the projection of vector A onto vector B given that A is equals to 3i plus 4j plus 5k and B is equals to 11i plus 14j minus k. Part A, scalar projection. Part B, vector projection. And part 3, the perpendicular component. Let us begin by part A, scalar projection. The scalar projection of vector A, which is written as component of vector A that is projected onto vector B, is given by vector A dot vector B over the magnitude of vector B. And for our case, vector A dot vector B will be 3 times 11. Okay, let me just write them here. Vector A and vector B. A dot B is 3 times 11 plus 4 times 14 plus 5 times negative 1. And the magnitude of B is the square root of 11 square plus 14 square plus negative 1 square. And so A dot B will give us 33 plus 16 minus 5, which is 44. And the square root of 11 square plus 14 square plus negative 1 square is root 318. So the projection of A onto B, which is written as component of A that is projected onto B, will be equals to A dot B, which is 44 over the magnitude of B, which is 318. Roman 2, we are asked to find vector projection. The vector projection of A onto vector B, which is written as the projection of vector A onto vector B, is given by A dot B over the magnitude of B square multiplied by the vector B. So for our case, A dot B will be 3 times 11 plus 4 times 14 plus 5 times negative 1, which will give us 44, and the magnitude of B square will be the square root of 11 square plus 14 square plus negative 1 square, and you find the square of all of it. Of course, the square and the square root will cancel, so it will remain with 11 square plus 14 square plus negative 1 square, which is equals to 318. So the projection of vector A onto vector B will be A dot B over the magnitude of B square times B, which will be 44 over 318 times the vector B, which is 11i plus 14j minus k. It will give us 44 times 11, 484 over 318i plus 44 times 14 will be 616 over 318j minus 44 times 1 is 44 over 318 k, and this is the vector projection. Roman 3, we were asked about the perpendicular component, that is the vector A that is perpendicular to vector B. You should be aware that a vector A is made up of two parts, A that is parallel to B and A that is perpendicular to B. And for our case, A that is parallel to B is equals to the projection of A onto B, which we found out to be 484 over 318I plus 616 over 318J plus minus plus negative 44 over 318K, which means A that is perpendicular to B will be given by A minus A that is parallel to B. Remember, these are vectors. So A that is perpendicular to B will be equals to our vector A, which was 3I plus 4J plus 5K, minus A that is parallel to B, which is the projection of A onto B, is 484 over 318I plus 616 over 318J minus 44 over 318K, which will give us 3 minus 484 over 318 I plus 4 minus 616 over 318J plus 5 minus negative 44 over 318K. They all have J's, so you put J outside. And this will give us 235 over 159I plus 201 over 53J plus 817 over 159K, and this becomes our answer. The vector A, the component of vector A that is perpendicular to the vector B.
Like, subscribe, and comment. Tiger.